The fall of 2009, the United Way of Loudon County decided that it wanted to go to the community and find out what they felt was a great need. So on October the 15th, 2009, we had a community meeting. At the end of the meeting, we took all of that information back to the United Way board, and the allocations committee worked for the next 3 months trying to decide what we were going to fund. We had determined 5 things, and amongst those was the graduation rate that we felt was the greatest need and offered the greatest opportunity in our community. We have found that there are several reasons, and consistent reasons, for people dropping out of school. One of the main things are life events. This could be things such as teen pregnancy, incarceration of either themselves or a family member. They've gotten involved in custody disputes and have been taken by the juvenile justice system. Many are working to support themselves and their family these days. And that puts a burden on them to try to keep up with their schoolwork, attend school, go to work, so there's a lot more responsibility there. In the end, we decided to fund a graduation coach in the high schools. We felt that it was important that this coach be a teacher because the person would be working with the guidance counselors and the teachers in the system, and it would help that that person knew how to communicate and who had worked with children and who had a passion for children and helping them.
When the school year starts, the guidance counselors, usually they've already chosen the students. They call the students in, and actually the guidance counselor will introduce the student to me and explain to the student what I'm doing and explain to them this is not a punishment. This is, I'm here to help them. From that point on, I am given a class schedule. The student knows where, I have an office in both buildings, and then once a week, at some point during the day, on the day that I'm at that high school, I will call the student out of class to come down and touch base with me. I'll have a copy of their progress, how they're doing academically, and just sit down with them, maybe spend 5 or 10 minutes with them per week, talking to them about, is there anything you need me to do for you? Are you having any academic problems? Is there an issue? It's just, sometimes I'm just a sounding board.
Well, on the day I met Miss Towns, my graduation coach, I just got called down to the guidance office. I thought that we were just going to talk about either project graduation or my academics because I knew I was having some trouble in some areas. And Mr. Sweeney just said, okay, this is Miss Towns. She used to be a teacher here. She's going to help you out with some of the stuff you're having trouble with. And from then on, she just called me down once or twice a week when she was here and helped me with everything I was having trouble with. When I went into it, I was kind of skeptical because I thought, oh, she's just another teacher that's just going to sit here and hound on me for what I'm not doing. But she didn't do that. She was more a peer than someone that was an administrator, which really helps with me. I don't know about any other student, but as long as you don't come out yelling at me and telling me what I have to do, I'll get things done a lot quicker and a lot easier. Having a graduation coach really helped me because I wasn't having people tell me that I could do it, that I could achieve what I needed to do to get out of high school. So she was there basically to tell me that I was good enough to graduate and I was smart enough and that I could do anything I put my mind to.
One thing I have really tried to do, is to talk to these students about how to relate to their teachers, because they don't always have a positive relationship with their teachers, and they need to understand their teachers are people too. And just your tone of voice in asking a teacher about a grade. They'll say, well, I thought I was passing, but then I got my grade card. I said, well, when you go in and ask about it, tell me how you're going to do that. And then we kind of do almost a little role playing. What are you going to say? And I will say, okay, I think this might be a better way to approach that. So that, I guess, is a life skill. I feel like this program is a success. Last year, we only had 2 students in the entire program who did not graduate. The students have a very positive reaction to the program. It's been proven that if a student in a school has a relationship with at least one adult, that increases the chance of success. What we need to remember is that every one of these children has a story that has gotten them to the place they are today. While you look at this and maybe they're not the strongest child academically, they have dreams just like every child in the school. And this is a position just to help them make those dreams come true.
The graduation coach program made me realize that I really want to be a high school teacher. I want to teach high school English and literature, because if I can affect one person's life the way this affected mine, I've done my job.
More than 7,000 kids drop out of school every day.
Every year, over 1 million of us drop out.
You know the problem.
If I drop out, I'm 8 times likelier to go to prison.
Find out what you can do.
We can change the statistics.
American Graduate Day, a live nationwide outreach event.